Hi everyone, welcome back to Blue Fin Aquatics, where we share our knowledge and experience with you. So what we're going to do today, we're going to have a look at a couple of projects that we've been working on in regards to our hatching and also some quarries as well. But what we're actually going to show you now is some neon blue Acaras that are coming through, and these are rough. So as we can see in here, we've got the nearly 2-week-old neon blue Acaras, which are coming through quite well. There's roughly about 100 in this little tray here, so hopefully in the next month or so we'll be able to take them out of this tray and actually put them into their own tank. But we just need to get them to put on a bit more size first, otherwise they'll get lost in the small tank and not being able to eat and starve. Our next project we're working on too, which has just happened, is we're looking at the these are our Bronchus Emerald quarries. Now these eggs in here roughly is day 3, so they're looking quite dark, so they're very fertilized. So we're hoping tomorrow that they will hatch, and we'll give you a bit of another update on how they are going. But looking at them, we've got roughly about 100 eggs. Our last lot we sold out, so we're very lucky that they've actually spawned again, and we've gone through their spawning technique before when we were showing you the quarries. So at this stage, yes, we've got about 100 eggs, so hopefully in the next day or so, as we mentioned, they'll start hatching, and we'll, as we said, we'll do a little follow-up on those. Now in this tank here, we've got some normal Longfin Catfish. They've just had a spawn, we've just caught hold of it. They've had roughly about 30 or so young ones in there, but as we can't see them at the moment, oh yes, there's some near the white tubing in there, PVC tubing. There's a couple in there. Also we've got one sort of like down on the bottom there. Okay, and the same method for breeding for what we do with our quarries and the catfish is doing basically a 50% water change, make sure it's a lot colder to get them to spawn as well, plus feeding them a nice high protein meal to keep them going and keep them pumping out more eggs. So like we're feeding them at the moment with some lot of bloodworms, and also veggie bites we're feeding them, and also some flake food and pellet food just to get them on their way. But they're doing very, very well, and this is their first spawn in this tank here. We roughly have about 1 female to 3 males, not the optimal way you want it, but we are going to get hold of some more females to actually add to this colony. In this tank here, we've had a very small spawn. These are orange humpchu Vegas. Now there's only roughly 5 in here that we're able to rescue, but at the moment they're in their own tank and they're starting to put on some size. So these ones are roughly around nearly close to about 3 centimeters, but doing really, really well. Now next to them too is one of our other projects we're going to be starting more likely towards the end of the year as they grow, but these are our blue spangled firemouth cichlids. There's 5 in this one, plus there's another big male in another tank. But at the moment they're just going through a growing process so we can grow them up into maturity, ready for breeding. I would say looking closely towards the beginning of next year. So moving along in this one here, these are our Lampachromis yellow labs, these ones, and they're a very rich yellow, which we've been trying to work on to keep the colouring and so forth, but we've got a spare tank for them to go into now. So these ones here, these are roughly about 4 months old now, so again we're going to be growing those up and see how they grow, and also just to see how they perform as well as a breeding colony. Well, that's about it for this week. We're just doing a general follow-up in the gallery, and that's all we've got for today. We've got a bit of a surprise for next week. We've been donated a nice corner unit tank which needs in some repairs, so that'll be our topic for next week. But hope you enjoyed and seeing what we've got going at the moment. Thank you for joining us, and if you'd like to tap the like button, that'll be great, so that we can share our knowledge and experience with other fish keepers and hobbyists alike, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Thank you for joining us.